So this may further be written as minus 2 will get cancelled. So minus q plus 1 by 2 plus minus under root this 4q square plus 1 minus 4q 2 into AB. So minus 4q minus 4p square minus 4q square. So this 4q square will get cancelled with this 4q square upon 2 is there, right? So upon 2. So take 4 common. So we may write this is equal to half minus q plus minus under root. If we will take 4 common, that will be 2 and 2 will get cancelled with this 2. So directly I am writing 1 by 4 minus q minus p square. Fine. So this is V square. So positive real solution of V will be, therefore V is magnitude of bus voltage at load bus, receiving end bus. So this will be under root 1 by 2 minus q plus minus under root 1 by 4 minus q minus p square. We are talking about positive real solution of V. So real solution is possible provided for real solution we have this term, that is 1 by 4 minus q minus p square should be equal greater than 0. Discriminant should be equal or greater than 0. Only then we can get real solution of bus voltage, right? Let us assume constant power factor load. What does it mean? Constant power factor load means Q is may be written some constant times P. Fine. That is, this constant K will be ratio of Q by P. What about this ratio? Per unit value of Q upon per unit value of P. So Q by P, if you remember, what was that? Q was actual value upon base value, and base value was E square by x. So this was the Qx, right? So right here Qx by E square upon what was P. Similarly, per unit was Px by E square. So this will be Px by E square. So again we will have Q by P, that is K. So hence a small q may be written as K times P for constant power factor load. By substituting Q is equal to Kp, wherever Q is there, just substitute as Kp. So V can be written as, therefore, per unit value of bus voltage at load bus as 1 by 2 minus Q may be written as Kp plus minus under root 1 by 4 minus Kp minus P square under root. Fine. Provided 1 by 4 minus Q is Kp minus P square equal greater than 0. Fine. From here we may write, this implies 1 minus 4 Kp minus 4 P square equal greater than 0. That is 4 P square plus 4 Kp minus 1 equal less than 0. Fine. Or P should be equal less than, if we are going to solve this quadratic inequality, so we will have again minus B. So that is minus 4k plus minus under root b square, that is 4k square 16k square minus 4ac, 4 4 16 minus, that will be plus 16 upon 2a, that is 8. This implies P is equal less than 4 by 8, 1 by 2, that is minus k by 2 plus minus. It's obvious that 16k square plus 16 will always be positive. No need to worry about whether solution of this is we are getting real or imaginary. Once this is positive, a square term is always positive, so we are getting real one, right? So take 16 as common, that will be outside 4, 4 by 8 will be 2, 1 by 2. So we will write under root k square plus 1 by 2. That is, we are getting positive real solution of V, a small v, per unit value of voltage, provided this condition is satisfied, that is P, active power, per unit value of active power consumed by the load, as under root k square plus 1 by 2 minus k by 2, where k is ratio of q by P, reactive power consumed by the load and active power consumed by the load. So see this relation between, connection between bus voltage and P. If P is going to be changed, so V will be changed, and vice versa. These are the relation. So from this expression we can get this, we can conclude that there is one maximum limit of P to get real positive solution of V. So P can be extended up to this for various values of K depending upon the nature of load. K depends on nature of load. If load is purely resistive, it means Q part is 0, it means 0 by something, K will be 0. If Q is positive, it means load is consuming reactive power, it means this ratio will be positive, non-zero. If instead of consuming reactive power, load is supplying reactive power, some capacitive type of load, it means Q will be negative. In our sign convention, it means load is consuming active power but supplying reactive power. In that case, Q will be negative, it means ratio will be negative, it means K will be negative. Whatever values of K you are getting for various types of load at a particular bus of power system, you can get corresponding limit of P. P is nothing but per unit value of active power consumed by load. Load is not allowed to consume whatever is required. It depends upon the system, other parameters. Otherwise, voltage collapse will happen. You might have heard blackout. Lots of blackouts, not only in India, in other parts also this has happened. So how it happens? How you are going to change load? If you want to increase load for this simple 2-bus system, it means by varying load impedance. I am talking about load impedance. If you will reduce load impedance, so you can apply KVL for this system. So load current will increase. But at the same time, by decreasing load impedance, this voltage will decrease. Fine. So you are increasing P, then you are decreasing V. So there is maximum limit of this P. This is nothing but per unit value of this P, capital P. This is per unit value. So we have some maximum limit of this P. If you will increase beyond that particular limit, It means voltage of this bus will further decrease drastically, which will lead to collapse of the system. Inequality. We will see with the help of one plot. If you are going to draw plot between this P and V, so take voltage on vertical axis, per unit value of voltage, that is V, or you may write bus voltage at receiving end in per unit. You may write in per unit, PU, per unit voltage on this axis, and P, that is per unit value of active power in per unit. You know what is P, and I am not going to write. Active power consumed by load, active power versus bus voltage. This is plot between, known as PV curve. Fine. Now you can observe that once this condition is satisfied, we have taken positive sign, otherwise this will be also negative, this will be negative, so P will be negative. Negative means not being consumed instead of supplying, right? That's why we have taken positive sign, not negative sign, because this is power consumed by the load, not supplied by the load, right? So for various values of K, take any value of K. Here you may observe, for any value of K, for same active power consumed by the load P, we will have two values of V, voltage, per unit value of voltage, because we have plus, corresponding to plus sign we will get one value of small v, and corresponding to minus sign we will have another value of V. Fine. So let us take this as 0, this as 1 per unit, all in per unit, right? So 1, fine. So let us take any value of K. Let us take K is equal to 1. So for K is equal to 1, what will be this? 1 plus 1 root 2 by 2. So that is 1.47 by 2, 0.7, roughly 0.7 minus 1 by 2, that is half, 0.2. So nearly 0.2, we have maximum limit of P nearly 0.2. So P will be within this range 0 to 2 if K is 1. K is 1 means ratio of Q by P as 1. Fine. K is nothing but Q by P. So if K is 1, it means Q is equal to P. So for that particular case, at no load, when P is 0, so substitute K is equal to 1, P is equal to 0. So what will be there? If K is 1, P is 0, so this is 1 by 4, fine. 1 by 2, 0.5, K is 1, P is 0, so 0.5, so V will be 1, fine. Just check it. K is equal to, we are taking 1, write down, K is equal to 1. So K is equal to 1 and P is equal to 0. So if we will substitute these values here, so we will get half, plus half and minus half. So plus half will give you 1, half plus half 1, under root 1, 1, that is one value will be 1. And minus half will give you 0, that is another value is coming out to be 0. That's why I said for a particular value of P, for a given a specified power factor load, we will get two values of. So at P is equal to 0, we are getting 2 points. Now if we are going to increase P, and maximum limit of P we will have, if K is 1, it means 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 root 2 by 2, that is nearly 0.5. So we will get some curve like, that is 0.5, 0.7 minus 0.5, roughly 0.2, wherever you may mark. So we will have 0.2, let us mark it, not to plot, just to have an idea of nature of this voltage fluctuation at load bus for various power factors and power consumed by the load. Now let us take, what was this? This was k is equal to 1. Now let us take one extreme case, k is equal to 0. So k 0 means real power factor load, unity power factor load, purely real power is being consumed, that is k is 0. That's why. So once k will be 0, so this will be under root 1 by 2, that is 1 by 2, that is 0.5. So maximum limit of this p will be 0.5. It means if you will plot, so it will be something like this. This is 0.5. It means draw some neat sketch in your notebook. 0.5, that is k is equal to 0. Let us take some one, k is equal to, we have taken this, k is equal to 0.5. So if k is 0.5, then let us calculate it, and for other values of k. So I think it will be in between somewhere, right? Somewhere like this. Just calculate yourself and put the values, k equal to 0.5. So what we can observe that, let us take any case, whether k equal to 0, k equal to 0.5 or k equal to this. Let us take k equal to 1. So we have one critical point. This point is also known as critical point, or knee point also, knee point or critical point. Why critical point? As soon as load is 0 on this bus, voltage is at its rated value, 1 per unit. Once load starts drawing active power, by varying impedance we can vary the current, and by varying current, if impedance is infinity, that is open circuit, no current flows, hence V becomes same as this, as no drop is there. Once impedance is reduced from some higher value, ideally from infinite value, open circuit, to close, some switch is closed, load is connected. So once you are going to decrease the impedance, it means you are going to increase the load current, it means you are going to increase drop between these two, it means you are going to decrease this drop, this potential from this potential, as some drop will appear, right? But by decreasing impedance, voltage is though decreasing but current is increasing, hence active power consumed by the load is increasing initially. So voltage decreases, active power consumed increases, and it reaches to a critical point, this point. When you will equate this is equal to this, that will give you the critical point corresponding to critical loading. After this, if you are going to further increase this P by further reducing the impedance of the load, then though current will increase, but there will be more decrease in the voltage, so that the net power consumed by the load will start decreasing now, because it depends on the voltage and current both. So earlier also, by decreasing impedance, though voltage was decreasing but current was increasing, hence power was increasing. Now after reaching the critical point, if load is further increased by decreasing the impedance, then though again current increases, but V decreases at much faster rate, so that overall the power being consumed by the load starts decreasing, and this is the point after which we should start worrying. Unstable region. So from here to here, this portion is corresponding to a stable region, and after that this portion is corresponding to unstable region, and you can observe that voltage decreases drastically to 0. After critical point, voltage has decreased to 0. voltage collapse. This is known as voltage collapse. So hope you have understood this relationship between the power, voltages, how power being consumed affects the bus voltages for various nature of loads, various power factor loads, and we have to make our system robust enough to maintain voltages of every bus within a specified limit, that is plus minus 5% of rated voltage. Fine. One more thing, if K is 1, it means P and Q both are being consumed by the load, that is lagging power factor load is there. If we are reducing K, it means we are reducing this ratio, it means we are reducing the portion of Q reactive power, it means we are improving the power factor. When K becomes 0, it means Q becomes 0, it means power becomes unity. So you may say that here we have lagging power factor load, here we have unity power factor load. If we will have leading power factor load, it means Q negative, instead of being consumed it will be supplied, it means K will be negative, it means we will have some another curve something like this, but again some new point will be there. If we will increase further more leading, so something curve like this we are getting. So this is the track of knee point, this is also increases. It means by increasing load power factor of the load, this range of power, maximum loading range is also increased, as well as this point is also being shifted up. It means this point is shifting up, it means it's good for us, far away from the lower limit of bus voltage of any bus. So I am not going to a study to discuss the control in detail, as it is out of a scope of your BTech syllabus. So just know this. Similarly, if you are going to plot QV curve, this was PV curve, P versus V. Similarly, if you want to plot QV curve, then let us have Q here. Obviously in per unit we know this is nothing but Q per unit, and this time let us take V here, obviously in per unit, this is 0. So for a particular, this time we are going to fix P. Earlier what we did, we are going to fix P for a particular P. If we are going to plot between V and Q, so we will get this type of curve. Suppose for curve P1. For another per unit value of P, let us say P2, we will get, let us say this is P2, okay, like this. Let us take some another P3, something I am writing here P3, better no place, so just write here. This is P3, this is P2, this is corresponding to P1, so that P3 is greater than P2 greater than P1. So we have such type of curve. Again we have some knee points here also. Knee point or critical point is the point at which slope is 0. Slope is 0 means this dq by dv is 0, that is slope is tangent is parallel to this v axis. Fine. So what is the significance? This is the bottom point, though not looking like that. Fine, bottom point. So what is difference between this half region before this knee point and after this knee point. You may observe. After knee point, slope is positive, tangent is positive. Before knee point, slope is negative. Negative means if we are going to increase Q, it means we are going to supply reactive power. It means with the help of reactive power compensation technique, even though if we are increasing Q, V is decreasing instead of increasing. Negative way, both are moving negative way. See, after knee point, Q increases with V increasing and vice versa. V increases with Q increasing. But before that, V decreases with Q increasing and vice versa. That's why this region of negative slope is known as unstable region, and this region is known as stable region. Hope you have some idea about voltage stability. In your syllabus, only topic is introduction to voltage stability. So I think this is enough under this topic. If you want to study more in this area, then I think you need to join master course or at least download research papers from reputed journals and you can go through that. Thank you very much.